Hello, internet friends. In this video, we are going to ream. And if you're like me and don't know what ream means, or at least I didn't know what it meant until I figured it out, this bit that I'm using here, this drill bit, is a reamer, and it's basically a solid, more accurate drill bit that you use when you need like an exact size bowl to like thousandths of an inch tolerance. And the reason why that matters for these particular bolts is because they will be part of what attaches the wings to the fuselage. So we don't want them to move at all. We want them to be snug and super tight tolerance. So that's why we're reaming. And what the instructions say to do, and well, first I'll back up. What you saw me doing is I put the bit on, and there's a little bit of wiggle in my drill, or in my drill press. So I thought, nope, that's not gonna work. So I tracked it down. Turns out there's a little bolt that you need to tighten on there so it doesn't wobble. So that's good. And so what the instructions say is first you take that fuselage assembly there and you ream the outer holes of the bulkhead bars, and these are those bars you see me messing with right now. So you ream the outer holes, and then you bolt them together, and then you ream the inner holes, and you bolt that together, and then you do the middle holes, and put all the bolts in, and there you go. And it's taken me, I don't know, all week to do this, because I've read the plans basically like 10 times. Just because I've never done this before, and if I screw it up, then there's $200 of stuff that I need to buy again. So I will say, working with this assembly here is really awkward. Trying to get that to fit on the drill press and then clamp it down so it won't move. But I seem to figure it out and work okay by using some wood and clamping that down. And this is what happens when you are building at home. Kids come out and want you to log into Disney Plus on the iPad, and you get distracted for half an hour. Then you go back to building. So again, I want to thank Peter for letting me borrow his reamer, because that let me get some forward progress on this piece this week. Let's see, do I have any updates? So today, so I bought my Tesla in March, and it's August. So how many months is that? March, April, May, June, July, August. So 5 months that I've had my Tesla. I've already forgotten how expensive fuel is. For the one thing, when you hook up to the supercharger when you travel, it just goes on your card and just $10, but you don't really notice it because you don't have to pay for it, and it's not like you pump. And it's actually cheaper, I think. So anyway, today after we dropped kids off at school, I went to go fill the wife's van up with gas, and it was $80. And I think the most expensive thing or time I've ever gone to the supercharger has been like $20. And even then, if I like let's say my car was on zero and I charge it at home, it's a 100 kilowatt battery, and I pay 11 cents per kilowatt. So that's like what, 100 times 11? That'd be like $11 to fill my car up from 0 to 100. So yeah. Elon, where's my Cybertruck? Because I would really like to have a truck instead of a sedan. Especially since, I'm getting invited to go ride motorcycles, and obviously motorcycles take gas, but not that much. It's like 3 gallons. Actually, that's a lie. 4 gallons that my bike takes, and I can go 200 miles on it. So anyway, that kind of brings me back around to engines. I keep looking at alternative engines, hoping someone's going to have a magical breakthrough. And, you know, in aviation, there's lots of people promising a magical breakthrough. And here's the thing they have good intentions, probably, but without an actual flying example, right? Like, there's someone that's bought this thing, it's been on this plane or multiple planes and had flight time on the engine. Like, that's not the engine you want to buy, right? Like I need this plane to actually fly. So every time I look into alternate engines, it brings me back around to, well, the only actual solution is the Lycoming. So there we go. I guess Continental does have a Lycoming clone, but it's basically the same engine, right? It's going to be the four-cylinder Lycoming type engine. Unless someone comes out with a 100 kilowatt battery that weighs 100 pounds, then I'll do that. Because as soon as I can get a battery that weighs little enough to put on the airplane, that has a 4-hour endurance, I will ditch my Lycoming. So anyway, in the next video, we're continuing to build the fuselage. See you then.